CA categorically condemns sanctions, and in the dialogue we have already agreed that sanctions must go. So it's actually part of the agenda to try and come together as a political group, opposition political parties, political activists, civic society and others, and then on the other hand government and so forth. Just speak with one voice. There's no doubt that sanctions are detrimental to the interests of Zimbabwe. I know that the argument given by those that support sanctions is that we have not made enough reforms, or we have not made sufficient reforms. We accept that there are still things that we have to do and to improve our political and democratic process. But a democracy project is a long-term project. What we are simply saying is that the outside world must allow us to move as much as we can to improve our political and social and economic space without the sanctions that keep crippling us. So we condemn them, and we are in the dialogue, among other things, for the reason that we want to contribute our voice to the lifting process, because we are a political party. We have views about the progress of the country. We know that there is a government in place, and that the views that we have will only be implementable if we are able to influence what is done by government.
What is the kind of agenda that you are pursuing as 18 political parties?
I think that I should say that what is not on the agenda is power sharing. These talks are not about us, the political parties that did not win elections, wanting to get a share of governing the country. That's not on the agenda. What is on the agenda is to confront the challenges that the country is facing, and then to contribute ideas in relation to how those challenges can be resolved. And let me give an example. We are facing an economic challenge. You know, prices are increasing every day. There's still unemployment, but there's a government in place. We are not in government. But we have views as to what ought to happen. And then the idea of the dialogue process is to contribute these ideas so that we contribute government text from what we are saying, and then we also monitor how the government is implementing.
Without one of the major political parties, that is the MDC led by Chamisa, participating in this dialogue, do you think you will get what exactly the nation would need to see?
I must say that it is a very wrong view, that for you to make progress, certain people have to hold the nation at ransom and say, if I am not in, nothing will happen without me. It's a very wrong attitude. Because if those who are not in the dialogue have some solutions, why are they happy to see people suffering? And the only time that they will provide solutions is if they are in government. That is wrong. So what we do is, this is a voluntary framework where those who come in would want to make a contribution. I'm sure that the political parties that are engaged currently have a commitment to see progress to the best that they can.